I signed a kid named Gilbert Forte. We also signed this girl named Nilo. Then I was the person that would yo, we need a feature on this. Who should we get? I signed King Louis. It was my shit. Yeah. He did this record called My Hoes Do Drug. I put the record together. I got the record from Hitmaker. The beat came from him, and then I told Louis, I said, yo, we got to get Pusher and Juicy on this. Yeah. My boy J.R. Lindsay was at Columbia at the time. He was handling Juicy. And then John Monopoly knew Steven Victor really well, so that's how we got Push on the record. That record was fucking I love that song. Smacking.
I thought it should have been bigger.
It should have been way bigger.
I love that
motherfuckers slept on that record. We had a kid, Cash Me Out. Remember?
Never Cash Out? Yeah,
Remember Cash Out? They played me the record, and they were like, yo, this is the #1 record at Rhythmic. And I literally said, yo, record's dope, but it doesn't have this is a song. Yeah. And the song is bigger than the artist. The artist is faceless right now. Yep. The song's huge, but you got to put culture around this motherfucker. So the remix should be, let's do a crazy remix. I bring in the remix. They play it, we play it. Motherfuckers like, I don't know these motherfuckers. I don't know who this is. Right? This is like 212, 213. You know who the motherfuckers were? Schoolboy Q.
Oh, man.
Childish Gambino and A$AP Rocky.
Because they were just starting.
But again, things happened, and it was early for 2 or 3 years. Just developed the company. Felt like, yo, I need to get back in and finish my education. And again, reached out to the homie Zach Katz. And he was like, okay. And then I called Theo and Sotomayor, my attorney, and Theo was like, yo, I think that there's something. And he's like, you should meet this guy. He was like, you should meet Scooter Braun. And I was like, Scooter Braun don't want to do no fucking urban music. Theo tells me, nah, he wants to do what you want to do. And I was like, okay, I'll meet him. And then I go and I meet with him. Scooter was like, what is it to take it off the board? And Theo's always had told me, don't ever negotiate whatever, I will handle it. But Theo at the time was telling me I could only get this. Scooter asked me what I want. I tell him, fuck it, I'm gonna shoot my shot. He was like, all right, cool. And so then I started, worked with Scooter, senior vice president of A&R. So he has a label,
right?
SB Projects, and it's in the center. His deal was in the center. When I go down to Palm Springs to the retreat, I tell him, I was like, yo, I got a kid that you should meet now. I want to have him come down. It was 2 things that I brought that I wanted to present right that day. I said, yo, you got to meet this kid. And he was like, all right. And I played it for him. And he was like, all right. It was more, he was like, if you say whatever. I was like, all right, we'll figure it out. Anyway, we ended up spending a couple of months trying to figure it out. And we end up flying the kid, me and the kid and the manager go to New York. And we bring it up there. And, the meeting's kind of a disaster, if I'm being honest. Disaster, not from the artist standpoint, just was the energy in the room wasn't right. It just wasn't right. This is fucking over. Before I took the gig with Scooter, something that I agreed to do was to co-manage him. But then the Scooter thing came. Can sign you now. We can sign this. And we thought it would happen. That kid is lucky day. 4 Grammy nominations, lucky day. R&B, everything lucky. Yeah, lucky day. Right. And the other kid was Brent Fayez. You got to understand, which I understand now, I'm introducing a new culture to Scooter, right? He wants to be in it, but Scooter hasn't failed. He hasn't failed in front of us, right? There's all the failures that, for all of us, that happen behind closed doors before we have that one thing. But, he's not wanting to miss. He's on fire.